Hey guys, welcome back to RMA Garage. I'm Mark and I'm glad you joined us today. Well, we finally got our RV out of storage and I'm really excited because my wife's going to be taking a trip in about a week. And when I looked out my bedroom window, because I could see the roof from the second floor, I noticed that the vent cap was missing its cap, the vent for the black and gray tank. So in this video, we are going to be putting on a new cap. Now, this cap here is made by Lippert, and it's the 360-degree siphon vent that a lot of people on the internet have done. And I'm going to do my own little version of it to see how it goes. It's probably 6 o'clock. I'm hoping maybe an hour, maybe no more than an hour or two, but we're going to see. The RV is a 2017 and it's the original cap, so I've got to take the old sealant off, I got to get the screws out, I got to get it cleaned up, but most importantly, I got to make sure that I don't tear the roof, cut the roof, mess the roof up. So this is going to be a little surgical. We want to make sure that we don't mess anything up, because after all, she's leaving in a week and she's going to be gone for a few days. So we got the vent here. We also got a tube of self-leveling Dicor. It's like the mainstay, and I believe that's what's up there now. So I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to start working on it, and we're just going to see what we uncover. So hopefully we both will learn from this video, and hopefully it'll be a good ending. So, all right, guys, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so we're here at the vent, and you can see where things have cracked. There's obviously something missing right here, and you can see where something, I think that these little tabs here were the original, maybe like a clip, and then these two clips here snapped off and something was on top of here. So so we've got what, 2, 4, we got six screws, and it looks like they are square, so that's good. The square ones tend to bite a little bit better than Phillips. So what I've got here is I've got a couple of picks. I've got a pick here so I can dig into here and make sure that I can get as much sealant out. And I'm also going to use a putty knife and see if I can scrape this sealant now. And today is a very warm day, so I'm hoping that this will come off fairly simple. I don't really think I have to really get much off of the roof itself. I just need to get this plastic piece off and get the new vent fitted. So they also said that I'm going to have to trim the top of this pipe, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do yet, so we're just going to take it step by step. Oh, also too, I'm sitting on a towel and I don't want to damage the roof, so we're basically just going to start taking this off. This is actually coming off quite easy. It's kind of even still rubbery after a bunch of years, and even it's really coming clean from the screws, and the screws look like they're square Phillips now that I'm looking at it. Okay, so I guess we're really only interested in getting the screws uncovered. I don't know why I'm scraping this away, because I really don't need to. You just need to get these screws uncovered. All right, let's see what we can do here. Yeah. Wow, it almost seems like it's still rubbery. I wonder if we can just jam that. See if we can. I got my impact here. screw. Yeah, it just kind of squished it. All right. Well, that's not too hard. Self-drillers. Those definitely look reusable. It doesn't look like I need to scrape any of this stuff off. These screws are coming out, and the uh-oh. Can you get this one out? Yeah, it was just spinning on top. Okay, so that's all 6 screws. I'm going to take these and put them in my box, my container where I have my drill bits. Well, that's interesting. The roof is kind of sticking to it now. I'm just kind of easing around here, kind of more or less twisting it this way and focusing more on the bottom of the vent than the actual roof. So I'm kind of actually pulling up as I go around to try not to dig into the roof. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Everything, I don't know what kind of sealant this is, but it definitely feels like it's still rubbery. That's the old cap. There's the roof. Pipe's just loose in there, but I don't think that's a big deal. So I guess my question is to myself is, do I want to scrape some of this off? I guess I can, because it is fairly rubbery. I mean, still kind of gooey. It's not real hard. But the roofing is glued to the top of this, but as I'm pulling, it kind of is peeling up some of the rubber, not tearing it, but it doesn't seem like it's adhered much now around this. I wonder if I push inward. And I'm basically just skimming the top of this. Trying to see if it's peeling off, wants to peel off. I guess it kind of does now. Just like if you pick at it a little bit, it seems like it just wants to come right off the membrane. Yeah, that's actually kind of easy now, and it's getting most of it off clean. So I'm just kind of peeling it up with my fingers and just getting this. Now, this scraper too is actually quite dull. It's not real sharp. There's really no cutting edge. It's not. So I'm being extra careful here. I'm fairly coming off fairly well. I'm not sure what this sealant around here was. We're gonna have to, I wonder if it's butyl. It's probably butyl caulk, which I don't have any. I can get some, because the butyl caulk, as long as it doesn't see sun rays, it usually stays pliable and sticky for its lifetime. What's its lifetime? I don't know. This, like I said, this is 2017, so 6 years. What are we, 6 years now? But this is actually coming off fairly quickly without a whole lot of hassle. And the membrane is actually still staying intact. My concern is the diameter of this. I'm thinking now on the siphon, how wide that is. I guess here now we can even see what the roof's made out of. It looks like half-inch plywood. All right, look at that. That's relatively clean. And it relatively came off well. How many times can I say relatively? All right. I definitely can see the half-inch plywood in there. I don't want to pry it up too much, but it looks fairly dry. No issues. There's roof insulation in there, expanded polystyrene. Okay. A little bit of pieces here and there. Guess I could peel this off. All right, that's it. I mean, we're ready to fit the other siphon. So let me grab it and see what it looks like. Okay guys, so we have the Siphon 360 siphon, however you want to say it. And my wife bought the Gen 2, and that's what we have here. So we are going for basically a new installation. Some of the videos on YouTube show the existing base that I took off and then basically mounting this to the top of it. We're mounting this to the top and then putting that on. So we're not doing that, okay? First thing is that this pipe is too tall. It sticks up above, so we're probably going to have to trim about maybe 1/4 of an inch off of this pipe because this has to be lower here. I do notice that. We're going to have to do that. I also notice, and my suspicions were correct, is that the holes here, the diameter is a lot smaller here than the original one. So we're probably going to end up applying sealant. Maybe I'm going to put screws in here, maybe the original ones, and I can do new screws here. But we are going to stop up these holes, and then we'll put Dicor sealant all around here. Make sure that everything is going to work out fine. So we have to do a little bit more prep work. I'm going to get some cutters, and we're going to cut this pipe down just a little bit so that our system can work properly. In reading the directions, it seems as though, and I like reading directions, I like following directions, but it looks like that you got the vent stack, you got the base, and then the funnel gets glued into the vent, and then the vent gets glued down into the base, okay? And this is what I believe that it's gonna be, is that the base fits over, then this funnel glues up into here, okay? And the reason why I believe this gets glued in, the directions say, at one point in time, it says that it allows water to drip down the tube, so if water gets in here. So if it's raining, then this funnel fits right here, and any water that drips through this screen, okay, drips down into the pipe, okay, and it doesn't go between the collar and the pipe. All right, so we gotta glue this into here, which this is actually already a tight fit, and then this piece here gets glued on to this, and then that's the complete assembly. All right, so if I'm wrong, we're gonna know here shortly. All right, and as you can see, I've got another towel here on the roof, and I'm going to tape this off because I want to be able to see exactly how much I'm taking off this pipe, and I can better see that with some tape wrapped around there. Okay, so I have a small little hacksaw here, and I'm gonna hopefully do this without messing anything up here. Now I'm cutting about 1/4 to 3/8 off, which I believe is adequate. And my hacksaw is failing me. It cut it off sideways. That stinks. It dipped down in the back. All right, well, we'll have to salvage that. All right, that was absolutely horrible. But it is lower, and when you get this on here, it is going to fit down in, and there won't be any water. We're going to fill this space up with sealant and in here with sealant, and we should be good. All right, so what did we learn? I think this was too small, and I think the blade was too flexible. So you want to maybe use a hacksaw that has a wider blade that won't bend, because that's what happened. So, bummer, man. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys. This is what I'm using. This is Dicor lap sealant, self-leveling. Okay. Flexible compound designed for sealing EPDM, rubber, and some TPO fiberglass, wood, and aluminum, steel, or masonry. So I believe this is what everybody uses. This is what I've used to fix around some of my other penetrations here. Okay, we're going to wipe this down. Basically just a rag to get as much garbage off as we can. All right, that's nice and clean. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is fill these holes in. Now I found some small screws that actually have pretty decent heads on them, so they're not small. And I believe that these are going to hold down the rubber as well. And we're gonna once we get sealant going here. All right. So now we'll get our screw gun, and obviously we don't want to over tighten these. We just want to snug them. And why are we using flatheads? Everybody's probably going to be saying, these are the only ones I could find in my garage. All right, so that might have been over tightened too much. There we go. Basically just want to seal the hole. Okay. Okay. So that's my fix on that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a healthy amount of sealant around here. Now this is going to ooze out, I'm sure. And actually, we're also going to maybe put, it looks like I got some room around here. There's no prize for being neat, but there we go. Plenty of sealant down in there. And that looks good. I can see the sealant down in there, and it's basically oozing out all around the perimeter. Okay, so this is probably going to get a little messy, but I'm going to use the same screws as that we on the original vent. These are self-drillers, so we got to get it started. All right, I'm not going to overdrive these yet, or at least tighten them. I want to get around the perimeter first. Now, the roof of this RV is plywood. It looks like 1/2 inch, so I do not want to over tighten these and strip them out. So I'm kind of just making sure these are tight enough. There we go. Okay. So we're going to apply sealant to this after we put this on. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to put some adhesive and glue the funnel onto the cap. So what we're going to use is, I just have some clear basic silicone here. So you guys can use any silicone, any type of adhesive that the directions recommend. Okay. Now the way I'm looking at this is that you got this funnel here. So you got this funnel slides right into here. So my thoughts are, is where am I putting the sealant? I guess I'm putting the sealant around this perimeter here. I guess, but my thoughts are maybe to put it around here, and when I shove it in, and then maybe a small little bead around that. Okay, because then when the actual, how this gets attached, there's a little, this face right here is going to marry up with this face right here. And so that sealant, this is all going to be kind of have sealant in it. So those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. So let's get this thing moving first. All right. I don't know, what do you think? This is the first time for me, so we're trying to give you the best information possible. All right, so I'm gonna kind of slide this around a little bit. Just kind of spin it, kind of encourage the adhesive to spread around. Okay. Now I'm gonna maybe put a bead, and this may be overkill, and if it is, somebody tell me. There we go. So there's adhesive, and once that dries, you're gonna be good to go. All right, so now I guess putting a little bit of sealant around here makes the most sense for me. Something tells me I should maybe I'm not doing a lot of talking here because I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, is this right? Am I doing this right? I don't know. The videos were on the older one and doing retrofits. I never did find one that had this Gen 2. Now if I spin this, that will coat itself, and then I'm gonna kind of do the old finger swipe. Basically just getting off the excess. And I have to believe that there's got to be enough caulking in there that once it dries, we're good to go. Okay. All right, so even lifting up on it, it's already got a little bit of, it's got a little bit of holding power already to it. Okay, so now let's get back to the Dicor. And let's start going to town. Uh-oh. Bumped that. Gonna have to check it. Now this is the self-leveling sealant. All right, so I bumped the cap, but it's still wet. But you can still feel that it's adhered, and that once that caulking dries, it should stick. We'll check it tomorrow. All right, guys, what do you think? Did I put enough sealant on here? Sure feels like it. Guess I can always add more tomorrow if it looks like it's a little bleak. Okay, I think that would do it. Okay guys, so it's been a few minutes and you can see that the leveling caulk is already starting to even out. The little bumps and fissures that I had earlier has all kind of just smoothed out. Yeah, I think we got it good. And I didn't come out past the original sealant. I didn't really feel it necessary. We can always add some, because as you can see, some of these vents, you know, they've just gooped on. And my skylight, I've added stuff to my skylight over the years where it started to peel. So you can always add some, you just have to clean it first. But this all looks pretty good. I don't know, guys, what do you think? Tell me what you think in the comments. I think I got this done. The directions, I would have to say, are a little vague.
This is what we followed because I took the complete cap off. They do have other installations for retrofitting and not doing a complete new install like this one. So anyway, things I should have done differently. This was a fail. Oh my gosh, this was horrible. I can't believe I did this. Full disclosure, don't use that little thing. It's horrible. Use a fatter blade. That would have cut it better. But it was definitely up high enough where we're not going to have a problem with water getting down into the roof. I mean, everything is fine. The funnel was long enough to go down into the pipe. So other than this, guys, I think we got a good install here. So if we run into any problems, we'll let you know. But that's it.
Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I got my new plumbing vent cap siphon installed and we're gonna give it a go. So anyway, if you want to purchase this for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description below on where you can get it. We purchased it off of Amazon and it only took a day to get, which is great because we got a lot of stuff to do, dewinterize the RV before my wife's trip. So I was thankful to get this one knocked out. Plus it was beautiful, sunny, and it's in the evening, so it wasn't really hot and I was able to get this thing done. So anyway, we appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell. More videos this year. I was trying to ramp up production, trying to get more videos out, trying to, you know, let you guys know what we're doing and answering any questions or comments that you have. So we appreciate you guys watching and we'll see you soon.